Hey man.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, you?
Good. I just spoke to your father outside. You want to have a chat outside?
My father's not outside.
He just said he's your father.
That's not my father.
He's
That
not?
man lied then. That
Oh,
man
okay.
said he was my father?
No, also that's my father.
Oh, it's your father?
Yeah, that's my
Oh, okay, okay. Do you want to speak outside and then I'll come
Sure.
speak to them after?
Sure.
Okay, after you. Okay, so I don't have much information right now, so if you want to just go ahead and tell me what happened.
Yeah, so I live locally. I came here to buy this vanilla chai frap, which I did.
Okay.
I had no interactions with the workers here other than the regular interactions you would have to order this specific item.
Okay.
As I was walking out, the cook right there that you can see,
When everything's done for, just let me know. Yep.
can you see the man that I'm talking about?
Which one, sorry?
The man with touching his head?
The one with the hairnet?
Yeah, the one waving, yeah.
Okay.
As I was walking out, he said, "Hey, you better take that off,"
Okay.
meaning this, obviously.
Yeah.
And by this, I'm pointing to the official flag of Iran.
Yep.
So when he said, "You better take that off," I turned around and I took a couple steps towards him back, and I said, "Or what?" And he said, "Or something bad is going to happen to you."
Okay.
And I said, "By who?" And he said, "You already know by who." And I said, "For what reason?" And then that's when this guy came,
Yeah.
the other worker, and he said, "Hey man, come on, you already know what's going on." And I said, "What's going on?" And he said, "Babies are being killed." He said, 9,000 babies are being killed. I said, "Do you know the name of one?"
Okay.
They said, hey, so started saying stuff like, "Hey, like I'm working, this and that. You can't expect me to name 9,000 babies." I said, I never asked you for 9,000 names. I asked you for one. And if you don't know the name, and that's totally fine. And you can say that, I don't know the name, but I could go online and I would, not obviously not right now, but if you really wanted me to, I could go online and find a name for you. But honestly, I don't know the name.
You may
But-
just give
but-
me a hand in your pocket for me then?
Sure.
Appreciate it.
I have no weapons on me.
Okay, thank you.
So then, it started getting into a little bit of a petty thing there
Yeah.
on proof of a claim,
Yeah.
basically. And then they just started getting aggressive with me and saying, "Why don't you just get the fuck out of here?"
Okay.
Both of these men,
Okay.
as well as two of the girls in there as well. So I think from what I counted, there was 8 staff in there. And 4 of them were yelling at me and cussing me out, saying, "Get the fuck out of here, you fucking idiot," this and that.
Okay.
The other guy's saying, like, you should have known better than to wear that and stuff like that. So I felt like I'm being harassed now,
Yeah.
threatened by the guy when he's telling me, my hand is in my pocket because it's cold, and it was your decision to come out here.
That's fine.
So
That's fine.
you shouldn't ask someone to come outside and then not allow them ways to keep themselves warm in the middle of winter.
Do you
So
want to
that's
put your
not
hand back
fair.
in your pocket?
That's not fair. I do. Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I felt harassed by them. I felt discriminated based on I'm wearing the colors and cloth of a actual nation, like not some made up
Yeah.
anything. This is official.
And can you remind me what the flag?
This is the flag of Iran.
Okay.
If you go on your phone
Yeah.
and try to send go to all the flags, you will see this flag there.
Okay.
And so I called you guys. So I called you guys and I said that I'm being harassed and threatened and discriminated against, basically.
Okay.
And they started laughing me off. They started claiming making claims like I'm causing problems or being the one to cause issues, and so that's what happened.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, because you feel like that, like they're discriminating against you, and all that, we can definitely do a report on that and just kind of document what happened here today.
Okay.
Do you have a piece?
As in like discrimination, harassment. So you seems like you purposefully left out the threats there. I mentioned 3 wrongs, I would say, that like not including petty wrongs. Like I'm not going to include they cussed me out, but that falls under the harassment.
So
by yelling at me in curse words, it's harassment. repeatedly, multiple people, they're not allowed. They shouldn't. I don't think they're allowed to do that by McDonald's rules. This is not professional. The only one that didn't was the manager and the guy that's in there wearing a toque. We're the only ones. The rest of them were like it was a gang mentality. It started with the two men, and then the women this is what happens. I'm sure you know it in your job. Certain jobs, workers will just protect each other no matter what. So that's what happened in there, and it's wrong, and I feel threatened. So if you're telling me that like you're just gonna write up a report and like you don't feel like anything criminal happened, I'm telling you like.
So let's go over.
So
you mentioned like you don't think that's McDonald's policies,
right?
So obviously I'm not gonna get involved.
I will be making a complaint to McDonald's. Yeah.
Awesome. So in terms of criminal stuff. So the threats that I heard you mention was they were kind of saying it'll happen, right? And
he said you better take it off.
You better take it off. And then you said, or what? And then they said, what happened, right?
Or so, no. You better take that off, or what? Or something bad will happen.
Let me just take that.
That's a threat.
Okay. So
you better take it off, or something bad will happen. By who? You know by who.
Yep.
That's a threat, in my opinion. And I'm the one that people like. I know what I'm not gonna. I have a high bar for what a threat is. Okay. I'm not a coward or someone that's gonna, I'm a man. I'm a man that could have lived in, I would have been just as comfortable living in the 1500s or, 1000 BC. Yeah. Straight. I'm not gonna try to silence you. Say what you want. Mm-hmm. But if you want to threaten me, then there's consequences to that. And in this world, the consequences is I have to call you guys. In 500 BC, you threaten somebody, there's a different consequence, right?
Okay, so
because there is no police officers in those days, right?
So when he said by who do you believe that to mean?
Whichever group he's associating with, be that a gang, I don't know. Okay. I don't know who.
So
he's lying. He's saying I should know who, but it's intimidation. Okay. I don't know who.
So if it's a threat as well that you want to report as well,
yes,
then we can add that to
100%,
right?
Yeah.
In terms of like, that is not enough of a threshold for me to go and make an arrest right now.
Right.
If someone said to you, "I'm going to kill you," then that'd be a different story.
Right.
But because there's a lot of kind of
that's a completely different charge, right? That's uttering death threats, right? That's like a specific charge.
What charge are you thinking of then?
Uttering threats, like threats.
That's so uttering threats to cause bodily harm or death.
That's the only charge that has to do with threats.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Unless there's like extortion, but that
sounds good. And I wasn't expecting anybody to get arrested here today necessarily. So, what I am expecting is if people want to if we're trying to see the truth of the matter, there's cameras in there.
Yeah.
So I would expect you guys to talk about looking at the cameras, seeing if there's audio on these cameras.
So what are you looking
You know what I mean?
What are you looking for from this? What do you want?
So I'm looking for at least the cook to get charged with threatening, discrimination, and harassment.
Discrimination is not a charge, but threats is a charge.
Yeah.
Whether or not this meets that,
in
my opinion, we don't have enough evidence for that right now.
So I can just go around and tell people, you better take that off or something bad's going to happen to you? You better take that off or something bad's going to happen to you?
Something bad's going to happen is very vague, right?
Right.
And I could...
But that's not... Right?
So
this might be a long answer to my question, so I'll let you continue.
So what'll happen is we're going to do a report.
No. My question is, can I go around telling people, take that off or something bad is going to happen to you?
So, if I may interject.
Sorry, yeah.
So if those were the exact words that were said...
Yes.
Then where we are there is we're interpreting what that person means, and depending on what they say when we ask them what that means...
Right.
It may or may not be a threat. So, for example, if I was to say to someone, someday you're going to die,
right,
that is not a threat.
Right.
That is a statement of fact.
Exactly.
So, if by what the bad thing that person meant was that we're going to come and interfere with your life, that's a true statement and not a threat. So, if that person intended that you would know that they would do you harm, then that would be a threat.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
But where we are in that middle ground is they said something bad will happen to you. Well, they could have meant what's happening right now. which is that we're going to come and talk to you, and you're going to be uncomfortable, and a whole bunch of people at all those.
I'm not uncomfortable, and this is not something bad.
Right, but that may.
I called you guys.
Right, but that could have been there.
Yeah, of course, and that's what he'll say. He'll lie.
Exactly.
So it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Some variation of that, right? You're going to be told you're not allowed to come here anymore, or some other thing that he would interpret as being a bad thing for you to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Then that does not constitute a threat. And so certainly,
but if he meant that, something bad will happen to you, like you'll have to deal with the police, or you might get banned from here. When I say by who,
right.
when he says take that off or something bad is going to happen, or when he says take that off and I say or what, and he says or something bad is going to happen to you, and I say by who,
right.
and then he says you already know by who.
Right.
This is not if it was a honest and not malicious comment, he would answer that question.
But he could have meant us as well.
But then he would answer that.
So
especially being a worker, especially being at work.
So
we're not talking about someone just on the streets, right? We're talking about someone that's supposed to be acting professionally.
We're going to take all of your information. We're going to take his information. We're going to put it on a report.
Are you guys going to check the cameras?
So that officer who's going in there right now, we may, depending on what that person says. Or
Okay, depending on what he says.
But
okay.
The officer who's going in there right now is going to gather some information from that person.
Yep.
And we will absolutely, at the end of this set of circumstances, let that person know that thing that you said is getting very close to a threat, and under certain circumstances, you absolutely could be charged.
So the only person you guys are looking into is the cook there, because he's the only one that possibly threatened me. So you're not going to speak to any of the other workers that yelled and harassed me and cussed me out of the store?
So we will talk to all of the people. We'll consider them for the moment to be witnesses, but if they were had other involvement, we'll certainly investigate that as well.
Well, I explained how they were involved to this officer. I think it was
And
before you got
I'm,
here.
I'm sort of coming in.
That's why this is not the best. Yeah, it's not the best. Like the way I wouldn't. He should go in and talk. He's the one that spoke to me. He should go in and talk to them. But the way you guys have it is to allow the truth to be hidden, basically. And I've said this multiple times on camera. You guys can look me up. I've gone to court like 3 times in a row and represented myself and was. You guys don't want to say found innocent. Charges were withdrawn. Okay. You know what I mean? So I know the ropes, basically, and I've said this to you guys many times. This is not right. This whole separation, it allows him to lie and it allows me to lie. This should all be happening under the same roof, basically, in my opinion.
So we never do that for a couple of reasons.
Right.
First of all, obviously, there's been antagonism between you two, and we don't want to escalate that. We want that to de-escalate.
Yeah.
One of the ways that we can make sure that people are safe.
Separate. I understand that.
The other thing is, it's always possible that things you say may influence the conversation that we just had about what constitutes a threat and what doesn't.
Right.
If we'd had that in his presence, I'm now giving him all the information he needs to not tell the truth. Because I've now explained what he needs
I guess so.
in order for that not to happen.
True. I guess so. But if he is truly in the wrong, it doesn't matter if he has the tricks or whatever he needs to say to sweeten it up. If he's truly in the wrong and we're truly investigators and we can actually find the truth, then we'll find out that he's in the wrong no matter what he says. So that second part, I understand. I completely understand separating because, and this always will happen, when he says something that is not true, or I feel is not true, I'm going to say, that's not true, and it will take forever for you guys to get each story. I understand that, but even still, I feel like this process,
and as well,
because I've been through it so many times, and I don't get the results.
And when we're looking at what constitutes the truth, the reality is, I don't know you, I don't know him.
Yeah.
What you tell me, I will take as
of course, you're investigating.
Honest
yes.
Intent. What he tells me, I have to give him the same benefit of the doubt. Now, if I find inconsistencies in those stories, that's where we investigate. That's the other reason we separate.
Right.
Is because the intent is, I get information from you, I get information from him, we all come back together as officers and we say, what did he say, what did he say? And now, the place where you find the truth is
that also makes sense, yes.
Right? When the things don't, when you two are telling
it makes
the
it
same
faster to
story
find
for 90%,
inconsistencies, yes.
Then the 90% we don't need to look at, because you're both saying the same thing.
Right.
It's that 5% in between where you say one thing and he says another, where we're like, here's where the difference is.
Understood.
Here's the point of investigation.
Understood.
Right?
Yep. Okay, yep.
So, depending on what that officer says and depending on what he gathers from them, I'm going to go in there in a second and see what he says.
Okay.
We'll see where we go with this.
Okay.
The basis, absolutely, we'll be putting on a report with everybody in this information. Depending on what he says,
right,
there may be grounds for a charge, but we don't know what happens there yet.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, like I said, we will have a conversation with him about you are bordering up to, and if things were a little, if we don't find grounds for
this is my friend here.
Hello.
Yeah.
If we don't have grounds for an offense,
Mm-hmm.
we will absolutely caution that person about you came very, very close to having
Straight
a
up.
charge.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll make sure that he understands there are limits to the kinds of things that you can say and do.
Right.
And he will know those limits by the time we get there.
Sounds good.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Give me a
And
second.
and
I'll just
so
talk to this
yeah,
officer and see-
he'll probably be able to answer this for me. And so when it comes to the harassment and discrimination, so that's something that I have to go like a different route to deal with.
So just based on what you told me,
Yeah.
that isn't criminal stuff. It would be
Right.
stuff that you would want to report to McDonald's if you have a concern about their behavior.
Yeah.
Right, as a crew or whatever.
Right.
So you can
No, but I'm saying like
criminal,
how do we deal as a society? How do we deal with people that harass and discriminate against people? It's a civil case, isn't it?
I don't represent society, right? Like
So harassment, and
Right.
if we're talking from the criminal sense,
Yeah,
has to
there's
be
a
ongoing,
way.
incessant,
Okay.
incessant communication.
Okay.
Like say maybe you were an employee here.
Right. Okay. So I can concede that this wouldn't qualify for harassment, but then what about discrimination? Telling me to take off a specific from a piece of an item, telling me not to wear an item from a specific country. How is that? That's clearly discrimination.
Discrimination
Or else something bad will
is
happen to me.
Typically under the Ontario Human Rights Code.
Yeah. So I would have to
If you
civil.
walked in and he said, "I'm not serving you because of what's on your back right now,"
Right.
that would constitute discrimination under the Human Rights Code. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
In terms of criminology, right? Like at the end of the day, I mean, you might go to a privately run business and they might have an issue with what you're wearing right now.
Yeah.
And deny you service at that point, right?
Right.
In the moment, they can absolutely deny you service
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, that's a private establishment.
Mhm.
They wish
I
to
understand that. Yeah.
serve you
I understand
service.
that from COVID times.
Now, if you want to file a human rights complaint against that particular
Right.
business for denying you service,
Exactly.
based on what you're wearing,
Exactly.
then that would be done through them, and then they would do their own investigation, and they could find that business. And I understand the penalties are quite high for that.
Okay.
In terms of like we investigate criminal matters.
Right.
Say, you know, someone came up to you and assaulted you specifically because of what you had on your back.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, I understand that. I was just wondering if you guys would know. I know it's not through you.
Yes.
Discrimination complaint.
Yes.
So I was just wondering if you guys know who I would talk to. I'm pretty sure it's a legal. I mean, it's a civil matter. So I would have to go to like the civil, whatever it is,
So
the
it's
tribunals.
provincial as well, right? Ontario Human Rights Code. You can
Right.
Google it and read all the Constitution, right?
Right.
Like it's discrimination based on sex, religion, sexual orientation, ethnicity. Like there's a whole bunch of factors that are attributed.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And from my understanding, though I don't really know for sure, but I would, and from my opinion, I guess is maybe the better way of saying it, a business in Canada should not be allowed to deny someone service if the person has a national flag on their thing. Like, it's not like this is like some flag that I just made up myself. This is like, you can't deny someone to come into a business because they're wearing a flag of France or Brazil or Australia. This is the same thing. So, but I understand what you're saying, that they can tell me to get out, and I do have to get out, and if I stay there, I could get charged with trespassing, basically, and then I would have to deal with it after the case. And I know this because during COVID, I never wore a mask. I was mask exempt, so I got kicked out from everywhere, basically. Almost, not, that's exaggeration, but many places, you know what I mean? So I know the rules, and I did get even ticketed for trespassing for staying there and waiting for the police, from police that were just, you know, wanted to make my life even harder than it already was. So I do understand that, and so I guess those will be my steps, basically. I appreciate you guys coming here and doing what you need to do. Hopefully you guys, like, you know, not hopefully, I'm sure that they will talk to the young man in there. He's like, they're all kids too, that's the thing. You know, there's not even one person in there that was older than 25 years old, and they're all just yelling at me. I'm almost 40 years old, you know what I mean? So I'm sure that they're going to let him know what he, whatever, you know, what he could have done better, basically, and what not to do in the future, possibly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to contact the McDonald's tomorrow and speak to the supervisor, and I'm also going to make a civil case against the one individual.
So for the report,
Yeah.
I'm just going to need to grab your information.
Yeah.
Do you have a piece of ID on you? Or
I don't.
Okay, can I just grab it verbally
Yep.
from you then? Awesome. Just your first name
Yeah, my first name is Hadi, Hadi,
and your last name?
Hasib, Hasib.
IB. HASIB, and then
B as in Bob.
and your date of birth.
November 7th,
Yep.
1987.
And your address.
14810
Yep.
Young Street, Aurora.
And your phone number.
I don't actually have a working phone number right now.
Okay. Do you have an email that you use?
Yes, I do, yeah. So it's my first name, HADI,
Yep.
my last name, HASIB,
Yep.
3@gmail.com. Oh, and I guess the third thing is, like, I would like to get, like, a record of this. Like, so I'm going to be reaching out to you guys to get, like,
Did you get
a
the
copy.
Did you get the case number?
I didn't get anything yet, no.
I can give that to you now. if
Sure,
you
yeah,
want to take
please,
it
yeah.
in your phone or
I'll take it on the
on the video.
yeah.
So
Thank you.
So it's 26-55883.
26-55
883.
883. Perfect.
So that's what
Thank
the
you.
report will be.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
In terms of getting a copy of the police reports, if we don't provide copies, it has to go through a separate office, and they determine what does and does not get disclosed.
Right. Freedom of information?
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you're aware of that?
Yes,
So
I am,
just
yeah.
go to our website, yrb.ca.
Yeah.
Search police report.
Yeah.
And it should have the application.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Appreciate it.
And by the sounds of it, your friend wasn't really involved, right? Like
No. So basically, I came. They were coming from Richmond Hill. I live up here, pretty much, and we were meeting here, and then we were going to go to my house.
Okay.
So yeah.
Do you want to hear it's good with it, or you
I might just go check with Sarge.
Yeah, I'll go see if you want. If you want to go with it.
Well, I was kind of wrapped up in this from the beginning, so I'm just
Okay.
gonna see if he needs me for anything, and if you want to wait here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
How you doing?
Good. You?
It's just the beginning, so I'll be better. as
Beginning
the
of
day
your
goes
shift?
on. Yeah,
Straight up.
yeah. I'll be better as the day goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Did I answer all your questions with the discrimination thing?
You answered the questions very well. Even questions I didn't ask. Good job. Very good job.
Were you downtown the other day?
No, actually, this is the flag that the people downtown would probably. I don't know if I'd make it through that crowd wearing this flag. This is the official flag of Iran, and the one that you see more on the cars are from pre 1979, basically, where they had like a king. It was like a monarchy,
Gotcha.
and then there was a religious revolution,
So it's
like
kind of
us.
similar to what was happening in Venezuela almost? Or?
A little bit, but this one is more. This one, I guess, has more of a religious
Gotcha.
stuff to it. Yeah. So, yeah, I think like a lot of the Iranians that live here basically. Well, I just recently found out that they're claiming that they got like kicked out, but I was under the impression that they left basically because they didn't like the new rules of like wearing headscarves and just like they were. It was a revolution, and they tried to incorporate more religion into the government, basically.
Okay.
This is my friend here, so
Yes.
don't be worried about him walking up on us.
Yeah, I know.
It should be almost. We should be almost done.
Cookies, I'm
I
good.
give him pardon.
We should be almost done. Hopefully, my hands are a
yeah.
little bit cold. So yeah, basically these people, they want to go back to how it was before, with like religion not in the government at all, or no religious laws type of thing, and like the king basically that was at the time, he like fled the country and he to United States, and he died like within a year, but he had a son, and his son now is like of age or whatever. His son is like however old he is, like 50s, 60s, and they're calling for him to come back and be like the new king.
Oh,
So
he's
they-
not buried somewhere else right now?
He's
too?
he's been living in America his whole life, yeah. Which with people with what some people claim is stolen money from the country, like when a king runs away with whatever the riches and stuff like that. So I do know, actually, if you like look at my internet history, I've ordered a body camera because I know this kind of stuff is going to be happening. I know if I wear this, there's a chance. Like I might end up in the hospital, bro. Like you guys will remember my name, like because I will keep wearing this. And I don't know if you heard, but the lady there is heckling me. You know what I mean, in the car. So it is what it is. People just drive by, cuss at me. I'm surprised no one has thrown, someone is going to try to throw coffee on it soon or whatever. But I won't, But I'm going to. I have a body cam, so I'm going to record basically their treatment because they claim that they're the ones being mistreated.
Yeah.
But they have their flags all over the place. Like we've all been seeing it for the past few weeks, but no one has seen this flag. You've never seen someone wearing this flag in the past few weeks.
We're in Canada and freedom of expression.
Right. It should be,
So,
yeah.
You do.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You
Yeah.
shouldn't be having things thrown at you. Or,
Right. And I hope, and I like you, I do hope not,
Yeah.
but I'm realistic and I know the situation.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, as we were talking about before,
Yeah.
just in the talking to you and the talking to him,
Yeah.
I don't think that we've heard anything that would constitute a threat. However, I did have a pretty strong conversation with him on a number of fronts, one of which is, well, just like me, well, he's in that uniform. He's not just representing himself, he's representing an organization, and they may have issues with how he's describing himself. As well, what he said to you is not a threat, but it is certainly starting to sound like one, and it is very close, and he's on the boundary of getting charged with something like that. Also, that engaging with someone for those purposes may put him in a situation which someday in the future puts him in some kind of either legal or physical jeopardy, and he should be more careful about that.
Right. Yep. Thank
So,
you.
On the one hand, I have let them know I also said you all need to get together and figure out how you are going to handle situations like this where someone is presenting a thing to the world that they may disagree with, either
Right.
personally or corporately,
Right.
and they need to figure out where those bounds are, especially in relation to Human Rights Commission and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So they are all going to do a whole bunch of stuff with the company.
Yeah. And I'll be speaking to their manager tomorrow.
So
Yeah.
Now on that side, on the flip side,
Yeah.
they wanted us to express to you that you are not allowed to come back to this location. And they have the right to do that.
Right.
They don't have the forms that would normally accompany that to trespass you, but this does serve as a legal notification. Okay?
Where's my someone's car?
All right, Joe.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. So in order for me to make a complaint to their manager, how do I do that?
There is a number of ways that you can do. The number one way would be go online and look up this location. There will be contact information both for the corporate entity and the private owner that owns this specific location. Both of those sets of contact information will have some process where you can make a complaint.
Okay.
Now, as well, if your complaint is about sort of the Human Rights Commission level, those kinds of things where you believe you're being
I was discriminated against for sure. 100%.
that
Yeah.
is- if you go on to the website for the Human Rights Commission, there's an entire process there for laying complaints about discrimination based on any of the protected categories.
Okay.
And one of those is nationality.
Okay. And
So-
did they give you a reason as to why they want me to never come back to this restaurant?
So they didn't give me a reason, and they don't have to.
They don't have to give any
They
reason?
don't have to give any reason at all.
Okay.
There are protected grounds where you are not allowed to discriminate against anybody, but there are a whole bunch of other reasons that they could ask for that, and they don't have to tell me what those are. They just
So in Canada we can just say I don't want you in my store and I don't have to tell you for what reason it is. So how do I know if I'm being discriminated against then?
that would be something where you would communicate with the.
Can I help you?
Hi there.
You can go in.
You
Yeah,
just
can
going in?
go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Human Rights Tribunal has its own investigative resources, and that would be the path that would go under. I didn't hear or see anything that would support that from me, and I asked why they were talking about just the disruption,
Okay.
and that is a valid reason to say.
Oh, so they did give a reason. They said I was being
It
disruptive?
was in a general sense. It wasn't specific. That they didn't say that's what the reason was, but they did describe.
Okay, so I'm going to ask one more time. Did they give a reason for why they did not? Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah.
No,
Much
of course.
appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys all very much. You guys did a good job. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Oh, and so me being trespassed from this store, does that mean I can't be standing where I'm standing right now?
I don't know what the.
I just can't enter,
limits
right?
are of the property owned here are.
That is a very fair question.
Right? So I don't know. I suspect that in the parking lot might be okay.
So I'm being trespassed from a place, and you guys can't even tell me what it is. Like you're just telling me I'm trespassed, but from where?
definitely not in the store.
I don't want to go into the store, but I do have business in this parking lot.
In this parking lot, if you were in another place in the parking lot,
Yep.
I think that would probably be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably
Unless I hear-
meaning I could get arrested for it, right? That's
No, no.
what you just said. Like you just said, like if I'm at another store,
like-
then I probably should be okay. But probably should be okay means that there's a chance I might not be okay.
Let me, like I said,
Yeah.
my preference would be if they had the forms that they're supposed to have to do that kind of thing, which makes this easier for us.
Okay.
But I can inquire as to what the ownership of is in relation to this building and the property.
Okay.
If the property owner owns the entire plaza, then they can say not the entire plaza.
Okay. Can you inquire about that? And would you be able to email me that answer? Because I'm cold now.
I will come right back out and tell you.
Okay. Straight. Sean left?
Yes.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, man.
What happened? Someone actually hit someone?
Yeah, man. I don't know. I didn't really see anything when I came back there.
Word.
Hey, man.
What did you say, yo? What did you say?
He said fuck you. And
Oh,
fuck
fuck
off.
you and fuck off. Okay, good, good.
If you want to know, I'll be straight up honest with you.
But the thing is, we as Muslims, the guys that they're against, they want Islam out of their country. We don't tell them fuck off when we see them driving with their cars. We don't damage their cars. My mom said the other day, my mom said the other day, if someone put one of these flags on the car like you see how he has, the car would get totaled. I could do it, bro. I could, like, I don't know if it's a crime, but I could go and put this on someone else's car in a parking lot and then watch what would happen to the car. I know that's a crime, I know, but imagine if that happened. Imagine, bro. Go buy one of those for $10,
right?
put it on someone's car, and these
just to
Persians will
fight for your
destroy that car,
place.
bro. They will destroy that car. I already have it. Messages sent. Where I live, it's right down the street. Do you know where the Subway and Barburrito and so there's apartments above there. I live there.
Okay.
There's a lot of Persian restaurants below and stuff. And I had this hanging in my window, and the owner of the whole plaza messaged me and said, you have to take that down. And I told her, you can't tell me how to adorn the inside of my own house. And she pretty much left me alone. But I told her, and it's in text there on WhatsApp forever, that I told her I wear this as a cape around town. And watch, someone is probably going to kill me for this. Someone is probably going to kill me for this, yo. Straight up. I don't care, though. My middle name is Shaheed, which means, in Arabic, it means martyr. Someone who dies for their beliefs. Someone who dies for their beliefs. And we, as Muslims, we believe, not someone who dies, someone who is killed for their beliefs. And we as Muslims believe if you're slain in the way of God, you go straight to heaven. Whereas everyone else who dies is waiting for the end of the world, for the day of judgment. But if you're killed doing, following your beliefs and what God wants you to do, you go straight to heaven. So I'm not afraid of death. I'm not afraid of being killed. You know? I'm afraid of being killed if I'm robbing a bank, you know, doing the wrong thing. But if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm not afraid to die. These guys are the cowards that mumble under their breath. And they're the same guys that friggin' wore a muzzle for like the better part of 3 years. These men in Canada, they didn't even have the spine, the backbone to stand up for our children's right to breathe freely. And so I laugh, man. And now these men think that they can talk to me. After they had so many opportunities to speak out. This is wrong, yo. We're not diseased. We don't have COVID. You know, our children shouldn't be spending 6 hours in school with breathing barriers on when they're trying to develop physically and they need oxygen. But none of these men spoke up. And now they want to act like they're men to me. Now, they're not. They're not. I'm sorry. I barely see them as men anymore. They had their chance, for real. A lot of manhood was lost in this country in 2020, straight up. I'm the leader of the biggest non-profit organization during the lockdowns called Hugs Over Masks. I used to go downtown. I was the leader of it in Toronto. I used to go downtown every single Saturday when it was a stay-at-home order. Sit your butt on the couch. Don't go outside. Even pick one other household, and that's the household you can interact with. That's what they told us. None of that. No. And where were all the men in those times? They weren't. And now they want to act like men again. But I'm the man. For real. I'm the man for real. What? I thought you said he was gone. I thought you said he was gone.
I don't know, man. He was there the entire time? So what's our word?
I'm just waiting. He said he's going to come right back out. I told him I'm cold and just email me. He said he's going to ask them what's the property line and come right back out.
I think he's coming over now.
Straight up.
I think so. Oh, yo. Fair enough.
Wait, you know that guy?
Yeah. He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
So I clarified with them. The trespass notification extends to the interior of the restaurant, but not the parking lot or any other space.
Perfect.
Okay?
That's fair. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Well, as long as my friend is good to go, have a good night. My friend right here, yeah. Well, you could be my friend as well, I guess. Hey, yeah. Yeah. We're all together, yeah.
Even better.
Straight out, yeah. Thanks.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. No, he's coming over to my place. Yeah, he's coming over to my place.
Let's go,
Yeah.
Sean.
Thank you, guys.
I'm gonna hold on to you, Sean. Go.
What did they say to you?
I think slips off the